I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. Guys, let's sweep through a few articles. Quite a bit big stories here we need to cover. Kind of important to cover what's going on here. Quite a bit, actually. It's too much work to do independent videos on some of these topics, so let's do a quick sweep of what's going on. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Set your reminders here for Mike of the Nights. Let's kick off. China dramatically rises death toll from Wuhan after skepticism over body count. If you look at the cell phone video footage we have of graves and people being taken away and them people jumping off buildings and all kinds of bizarro stuff that was happening in China during the lockdown, you would think it doesn't add up to their body counts, right? To what China's narrative saying, right? Don't believe anything China says. Anyways, the number of deaths in Wuhan, China at ground zero coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 has already been remarkably low. Has always been remarkably low. So low, in fact, that the virus began to sweep across the globe. There was no widespread fear because the death rate was not alarming. There you go. Right there. That one sentence right there. There was not a widespread fear because the death rate was not alarming. Now, why was the death rate not alarming? Well, because more people die of car accidents than what China is saying. And what happened? A lot of people believed in China. Why would people believe in China? I don't know why, but the Canadian and Australian and New Zealand and UK government completely believe what China... They even believe this today. That it was nothing and more people die of the flu and all that stuff. Then you got all these people coming out making videos, right, that do make sense on their end because, look, this many people died. Look at the population. That's actually not that bad. Why is everyone freaking out? Because they believed China. In the Hubei province, where Wuhan, a city more than 11 million residents is, China said there were just 1,290 deaths. Yeah, so when you hear that, you're like, oh, that's not even a percentage. That's nothing to worry about. Well, now we see what's happening all over the world. Antibody testing reveals coronavirus is 50 to 85 times more widespread than previously known, and thus far less dangerous than expected. So yes, more people have it than expected, but it is, if that's the case, and there's not a lot of symptoms flaring up all over the world, 50 to 85 times more, then it's not as dangerous then. But it is dangerous in the wrong person, or if the wrong person catches it, or if you catch it at the wrong time, if you're sick from something else, or you're getting over something from something else, it's actually, it makes a difference. The first large scale of 3,300 people tested in California revealed that 2.5% to 4.2% tested for COVID-19 were positive for antibodies. The new antibody testing shows coronavirus is far more widespread than previously known and thus far less dangerous. So that's true, because it would be knocking out more people left, right, and center, but it is knocking out specifics, and we're seeing it. U.S. sees massive spike in deaths. Yeah, U.S. is still sweeping through the U.S. It's just getting warmed up in U.S. and Canada. And WHO praises China for making sure no case goes uncounted. Live updates. So again, the World Health Organization, they're China too. So Wuhan revises citywide coronavirus death toll 50% higher. Oh, okay. Oh, look, all these people dying in Italy, France, Spain, Germany, Portugal, New York. Yeah, it kind of looks pretty bad on China's side when they only got 3,000 deaths, right? Beijing blames overwhelmed healthcare system for the error. Of course they're going to blame the people. Foreign minister says new numbers can stand the test of history. Sure, buddy. U.S. sees huge spike in deaths on Thursday. So now the models that were built around China, remember we were discussing on Mike in the Night, the models built around China, it doesn't look that bad and blah, blah, blah. I knew China was lying from day one, and I knew this was a lot bigger. Last week of December, when we made our first transmission about this, I knew this was a lot bigger than what they anticipated. New York City cancels all non-essential events for the month of May. Global death toll nearly 150,000. Reports a global death toll. I got that. A report on Chicago Remdesivir trial spokes hopes new miracle drug to fight the virus. Illinois closes schools for the rest of the year. New York total cases 229,642. New York reports a slight drop in hospitalization, ICU admissions, but deaths basically flat at 630. New Jersey reports 300 plus deaths. WHO says China's revision to Wuhan numbers were latest attempt to ensure no cases go uncounted. Italy reports a slowdown in new cases, but slight uptick in deaths. So the social distancing is working, but it is starting to catch up. It's catching up. Texas cancels schools for the rest of the year. Finance reports 761. France reports 761 new deaths. Michigan governor says she hopes to begin reopening May 1st. Iran holds military parade with equipment used to fight the virus. Wow, so they have a military parade in Iran. That's nice. South African lions seen lounging in the middle of the road as lockdown continues. Oh yeah, you're gonna see the animals, the nature take back what it's theirs. COVID-19 is man-made virus. HIV discoverer says could have been created in a lab. So there it is. Professor Luc Montagnier, 2008 Nobel Prize winner for medicine, claims that SARS-CoV-2 is a manipulated virus that was accidentally released from a laboratory in Wuhan, China. That's what I said. It was accidentally released, and now they're adding it to the soup and carrying on with the world agenda, right? Chinese researchers said to have used coronavirus in their work to develop an AIDS vaccine. HIV DNA fragments are believed to have been found in the SARS-CoV-2 genome. Guggenheim CIO sees S&P falling as low as 1,200. With Morgan Stanley former Uber bear Michael Wilson emerging recently as one of the biggest bulls on Wall Street, a power or rather wildlife vacuum emerged over the spot of who will be crowned Wall Street's next super bear, excluding such icons as Albert Edwards, of course. However, it increasingly appears that Guggenheim's weightlifting CIO Scott Minred may be the obvious shoe-in for the spot. So here it is. He's basically saying that S&P 500 falling as low as 1,200. That's huge. The outdated law threatening U.S. energy independence, right? After a month ago of the drama of unceasing tedium of the OPEC Plus group of countries led by Saudi Arabia and Russia finally granted President Trump's his wish to agree to pull some 9.7 million barrels a day from the market in response to the epic collapse in demand. Trump's second act is here already, exhorting America's allies to buy America first, and U.S. storage bursts at the seams. Yeah, so the storage and overflows are going crazy. They're going to try and reopen some states real soon, and the first of next month they're looking at opening states. Well, they've basically said they get to open them right now, but I don't know. COVID clauses await wary buyers in Canada's home selling season. So Canada's going into a big selling season, and Canada, they got to get ready because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to leave China in a heartbeat. So Canada needs to prepare more homes, more stuff for bringing in more wealthy Chinese. And then the locals could probably, I don't know, maybe rent a room somewhere, because that's what's been happening for the last 10 years I've been covering here on this channel like a broken record. Just keep selling ourselves out, and then if Canadians need to go somewhere, they got nowhere to turn. There's no country they could just go to and buy or start working or do whatever they want. Toronto Reuters, in Canada, typically a busy home selling season. Wary buyers are donning masks and gloves to view properties, while realtors offer virtual tours and coronavirus clauses as the real estate industry copes with the outbreak. Canadian home resales are forecasted to fall by 30% to a 20-year low, says Royal Bank of Canada estimates home sales plunged 14.3% in March from February. Armed with the new COVID clauses, some agents are still trying. So there it is. They're having a really tough time trying to sell these properties to wealthy investors, and it's getting tough. Ford to issue debt securities after virus triggered $2 billion in losses. Ford said on Friday it will tap debt markets to shore up its cash revenues as Covey outbreak plummeted vehicle sales and halted production, resulting in an estimate loss of about $2 billion for the first quarter. So we saw this. We know what's going on. We're watching the Canadian markets here. It's going to close in a few minutes. 9 minutes to go. Oil is down. It's really having a tough time sticking above $18 a barrel. Oil is having a really tough time trying to get over $18 a barrel right now, guys, as we speak. Where's that? Yeah, so we got that. Texas, Minnesota relaxing some lockdown measures, a virus update. So President Donald Trump posted in a series of tweets calling liberate states after some protests against lockdowns meant to slow the spread of the Covey. Minnesota and Texas took steps to ease restrictions. China pledged stronger policies, including nobody cares what China has to say. The UK said it can see early signs of lockdown working. Spain had the most new cases in a week, and Russia reported another record daily increase in new infections. Cases in Singapore soared as authorities detected more infections among foreign workers. Right? There you go. Here we go. Boeing to resume aircraft production in Seattle area. So there you go. Aerospace giant is working towards reopening. Stocks rally on Covey coronavirus treatment optimism, economic reopening discussions. Great Hill Capital, blah, blah, blah. So they're seeing stocks rally again. I saw it this morning. It's going to push to 24. Where is it now? We'll see right now. S&P, Dow. Yeah, the Dow right now is at 24, 242 from where this was. It has rallied, but oil is taking a huge kick in the pants. Let's see where gold is at. Gold. Why don't I see gold here? The Nikkei. Did they remove gold from this damn thing? Gold is below 1,700 at 1,694, down $36 today. So there it is, guys. Oil's taking a really big kick in the pants. I sold all my stocks when it was sitting at around 20-21 a barrel, and luckily I did. But it looks like the TSX is up, the S&P is up, the Dow's up. Good job. But for how long? At what cost? Liberals pledge financial aid to sectors of economy hit hard by Covey. Another update from our great leader today. Ottawa, the federal government is rolling out billions in new financial aid to help targeting hard-hit sectors in the economy, acknowledging that some companies need more support while others are slipping through the safety net of emergency aid. The combined package of spending and loans will target the oil and gas sector, small companies that haven't been able to access existing loan programs, and startups that just got off the ground before the pandemic struck last month. The pandemic didn't strike last month. It struck last week of December, and a lot of this could have been fixed. But what's the number one mistake we are making? We believe in China. That's the biggest mistake we're making. And San Diego Comic-Con canceled for the first time in a 50-year history. I wanted to add this one because I am kind of in this industry, and I'm kind of sad to see that they had to cancel Comic-Con there in San Diego. I've always wanted to go to one. I could never get tickets because it's always sold out 10 years in advance. Organizers behind the annual pop culture celebration announced the cancellation on Friday. The long weekend event has been scheduled to take place in July. The annual gathering was founded on the three-state comic book convention in 1970 and has never been canceled since. Over 150,000 people from around the world were expected to attend. Damn it. That's so sad. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What is happening out there? There's lots happening out there, and there's just so much to cover with independent stories. I kind of wanted to do a quick sweep of what's happening around certain aspects, whether it's economy, whether it's virus, whether it's markets, and let's see where oil goes to and gold goes to over the weekend. I'm very interested to see the Australian markets tonight. I guess it's going to be Friday night there soon, and I'm very interested to see what's happening a day ahead. Let me know, comment below. Thanks for watching.